advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, y'all. People on YouTube. Hey, what's going on? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm a little down today. Like, I'm running on. I almost had a song in my head, but I forgot it that fast. It's one of those days. 833-212-1017 is the number. Want to remind everybody, the award-winning 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. We have a huge conference clash tonight. Panthers travel north to take on their cross-state rival, UW Green Bay Phoenix. Scott Warres has the coverage tonight. Starts at 5:30, so I'm rolling out of here at about 5:27 or so on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is at 6 o'clock. So make sure you hang out and hang around and see what's going on and all that stuff. So I've had multiple conversations with people today about, I don't know if you know, the stock market hit 20,000 today. And many people go, well, what does that mean? That means that people that are invested in the stock market made some serious money today. What that means is that profits for companies, money to give raises, to increase payment, is something that can happen. Right? It's something that people can do in order to make sure that they're taken care of, that their family can make some money, right? It's just We live in a capitalist society where I think, this is me, where it's okay for people to make money. Not everybody makes as much money as everybody because not everybody wants to take the risk in order to start a business, build a business, and win. Just like most people don't want to lose. And so when you don't want to lose, you don't take risk. And when you don't take risk, your win is significantly smaller than those that take risks. Well, I saw an article on WISN.com today. Public housing residents and advocates are responding to the early retirement of the executive director of the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee. For months, public housing residents have protested conditions and lack of responsiveness of Milwaukee's Housing Authority under the leadership of 60-year-old Willie Hines, former alderman and common council president. And it went on to talk about you people are screaming and all the president of Mitchell Court Residents Association. So after 27 years with the city, Hines is retiring early. Right? But city records obtained by WISN 12 show Hines actually submitted the retirement paperwork the week before Thanksgiving on November 19th. What does that matter? Like, what does that matter? So now you're playing on a technicality that he made the decision over Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving might have started the week of. But it shows that he put in his paperwork before Thanksgiving on November 19th. His pension will net him more than $11,000 a month as long as he or his wife is alive. So here's the deal. If anybody understands how pensions in the city of Milwaukee work, there's an old pension and a new pension. The new pension don't work like that. And I might get some details wrong because I'm not tied up into it. I'm retired. Depending on how you set it up, you can set it up to where you just get paid if you're the pensioner, male or female, and when you pass away, your spouse gets nothing, but you get a higher rate now. Or you take a not a significantly lower rate, but a lower rate so that no matter what happens on, odds are the man dies before the woman. If he dies before her, she continues to get the same pension, but it's less. That's what you paid into. You pay in, they pay in, and you get your money. Why are people complaining? Why are people complaining that he's actually getting his pension that he earned as an alderman, as common council president, working part-time, in an assistant role, and then director? This is what people do when they work. They take risk. Probably could have made the $252,000 he made here, $400 in the private sector. But people keep complaining. We seem to have this thing in America against people who win. People who go out, take the risk, make money, and win. We get mad because Elon Musk is worth $400 billion now. But in today's market swing, he made $50 million in one day. He took all that risk, took all the chances, came short quite a few times, had to do some things financially because he's broke. But all you do is compare yourself to somebody else and then say, oh my gosh, that's not fair. Well, what's not fair is that you get money that I made, I worked for, I risk, and then you want to come take it because you want me to share with you. Well, I think that's idiotic. Are there people who make money? Are there people who can't get out from under? Absolutely. Those are the people we help. Are there people that are in a rut or people that are in a space where they just can't get a loan to start a business or can't get the money to get an apartment or buy a house or can't? Yes, there is. And those are the people that we go out of our way to make sure they have help, they have food, they have shelter. But just sharing it because I have it and you don't, I believe is ridiculous. And there's no way I'm giving you my money, but I'll show you how I did it and how you can do it. So if you want to hitch your train to people like Elon Musk, sure. If you're willing to take the risk that other people took to get what they have, go for it. But if you're not, I would strongly suggest you reconsider what it is you're saying. Are some people taken advantage of? Absolutely. Are some people taken advantage of and the companies make money? Well, we already know that with Brian Thompson being killed from United Healthcare. So at some point, everything is coming to a head. We've got issues in Oshkosh, Wisconsin with officer-involved shootings. We've got all these things going on all over the state, all over the country, all over the world. Does some of it have to do with money? Sure. I'll give you that. But what we can't do is look at something someone else has done, and then when somebody said, oh, well, he started with a silver spoon in his mouth, so what? You don't think if I made some money and I wanted my children to start out better, my children started out significantly better than I ever did. I didn't even have my own bedroom till I was an adult. And I had two sisters. Now you're telling me that because both of my daughters both had their own bedroom as children, that's a problem? I had somebody tell me my kids were spoiled because they never rode the bus. Have you ridden the bus in Milwaukee? A girl at night, you're out of your mind. Not going to happen. And so we forget that the reason why you can make $50 million when the market goes up to 20,000 in one day is because you take the risk and you take the chance. Otherwise, all you haters, shut up.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 101.7 The Truth and see this wonderful smile live every day.
What are some of the things that we need to really focus on to get our fair share of these opportunities, i.e. access to capital?
You know, it's very important to always think about building a strong business plan, understanding the financial parameters around what you're trying to accomplish, building great networks and great relationships so you can have partnerships and building out your dream. And then finding a good financial partner like Old National to help really orchestrate your vision of the organization. And then, as you know, DT, you wouldn't be where you're at because you're phenomenal, doing great work. And then you have to really have to go to work. If you have that dream, you have that vision, the business plan, the financial piece, then you have to really work at it and keep building.
Learn more about the Old National Bank Small Business Empowerment Loan by visiting oldnational.com/small business or contact a small business banker at Old National Bank.
In our community, you will find a Center for Food Security. You'll discover a Center for Behavioral Health Support, a proven center for home care, a successful center for employment, a center for trauma recovery, and more. We are Centers for Independence. Find out how you can support Centers for Independence's work and mission at cfihope.org/independence.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at weenergies.com.
Everywhere in America, families are struggling with an all-too-common problem.
She missed school again.
Again?
Something is going on. She's secretive.
Should we check her backpack?
When you suspect a family member has a substance use disorder, it's hard to know what to do next.
We need to talk to her.
Starting the conversation is the first step to getting help. Visit SAMHSA at samhsa.gov/families for tips, or for treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 8332. Quit talking to him. Till he take that money, quit talking to him. Quit talking to him. He needs to take the money. Need to take the money. Need to
You hear
take
the song,
money.
just got paid.
But it ain't Friday night. Listen to the lyrics. Y'all don't listen to the lyrics. I like that beat. I like the beat. No, I'm just teasing. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're going to be giving away. We're not going to give it away. We're going to be finding somebody who is eligible to win $5,000 sometime between now and 5:30. We only got an hour and 15 minutes left. Where does the time go? Where does it go? So, in my Dr. Ken's Truth, I was just talking about how everybody's so upset that the market went up and people made money. Well, you're exploiting people. Then stop being exploited. Make a decision to say, you know what? I'm not going to be exploited. I'm going to actually start my own business or do something, right? Is it easy? No. It's extremely hard. But that doesn't mean you don't do it. That don't mean you don't do it. Now, I have, what's the word I'm looking for? I have hope in folks, but, yeah. I came across an article today that I sent to somebody because they were like, you know, they always said it. And watch this. We keep talking about our youth. The schools are doing our youth bad. Well, out of 31 industrialized countries that test adults, the U.S. ranked where? But where do you think the U.S. ranked? In 31 industrialized countries that test adults in reading, math, science, all that. Literacy and numeracy, right? Reading and math. Out of 31 countries, where do you think America ranked in literacy, reading?
Number 8.
Okay. And what about numeracy, math?
I think even higher. I think 5.
Okay. DJ Brother C. Can he hear me?
Yeah, he said 10 for literacy.
10.
How much for money? I mean, yeah. Math. 15th for math.
14th in literacy. 24th in math.
I thought we was going to be higher in math. We so, like, money driven.
That's basic math.
I guess.
So what we're saying is this whole idea of reading, writing, and arithmetic, we don't have down. We don't have down. And I probably shouldn't ask this question, but it's Truth in the Afternoon. I'm not going to shy away from it. Do you have people in your family that can't read or can't do math? And I don't mean can't do math as in some people say they're bad at math, but they can get basic. Like you literally have to know basic math to use a calculator. So I laugh at people when I say, I don't know math. Can you use a calculator? Yes, then you know math. Why? Because you know the numbers, you know the plus sign, the minus sign, the division sign, and the multiplication, right? If you know those four, you're good. You're golden. Everything you do in math is based on those. Square roots, everything. But when you ask them, can you do math? They go, no, I can't do math. I struggle with math. I don't like math. I don't this. But what it comes down to is that if you don't know those things, there are some things in life you can't do. So earlier when we talk about the money piece and we live in a capitalist society, you got to know how to read and you got to know how to do math in order to win in whatever you do. So stop blaming rich people for taking the risk. Start finding out what do they have in common and what do they have in common with people that weren't rich and became rich, or weren't well off and became well off, or were lower class and became middle class, like I did. You know what it was? Reading and math. At some point, you have to take it upon yourself to deal with adult literacy, numeracy, problem-solving skills. And here's the weird part. Because I could read, that portion of math with, what was the biggest issue I had with math? Differential equations. But I could do the algebra, I could do the trigonometry, I could do the advanced quantitative analysis, I could do statistics. But I had trouble with like one little area. But the thing that I excelled at, you ready? Problem solving. Word problems. Loved it, which then carried me over to physics. If I wasn't in radio and didn't become a cop and a professor and a business owner and I would be a physicist. I absolutely positively love physics to the point where I became a traffic accident investigator because you had to figure out what happened using what? Math and physics. Everyday task that you do helps you understand what it is. They did an assessment of 4,600 adults. The share of adults scoring in the lowest level, 1 out of 5, or literacy below, rose to 28%. It was 19% in 2017. 34% scored at the lowest numeracy level or below compared to 29% 6 years ago. What does that mean? That means that over a quarter of Americans can reliably gauge info only from a simple test, while more than a third will struggle to perform tasks that are just basic addition and subtraction. But here's the kicker. The decline wasn't even. 90th percentile score didn't drop. 4, literacy or math, but the 10th percentile score for both decreased. So the people that were in the 90th percentile in terms of near the top, within 10% of 100% scoring great, doing great, that stayed the same. But the people down at the bottom at 10%, that went down. So what that means is that our average literacy and numeracy scores dropped in 20 and 11 countries respectively, which some researchers blame on less reading and more scrolling through the internet because people don't read. They watch videos. And so I found it interesting that one of our teammates was complaining today because, as you may know, Facebook and Instagram are down. And they were complaining that they didn't have anything to do. And I wanted to tell them what my mother told me. You ready? Read a book. But they can't. Listen to an audiobook. But they don't know how. What country do you think ranked first?
China.
DJ Brother Z, what country ranked first? in reading and math?
He said China.
China? Finland ranked number 1 for literacy and numeracy while sharing first place with who?
China.
Japan for problem solving.
Close.
No. So you got to understand something. The Japanese are good at what? Problem solving. Taking really, really big stuff like a radio with tubes and TVs with diode and all that, and making a transistor radio this big. They are phenomenal at that. Problem solving. Well, what has Japan like? And I know they've done a lot of stuff, but of significance, what has Japan actually been innovative about? Exactly. So there's a balance here. If your country is good at what it does, took the car we made, right? What cars we not deal with, right? Number 1 car in America that has the most money and comes back with it's
like
worth
electric,
more.
like the type.
No. Just the brand. Toyota.
Oh yeah, Toyota is.
There you go. So they're able to take what Ford made, right, and make it smaller, and make it more efficient, and make it travel farther. Like all those things, Japan is good at problem solving. We have a problem. This car burns too much gas. They fix it. This car can't go far enough. We'll make it smaller. All those things. Where's America? 14th and 20th and 24th. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oops, you can't say the word crazy, can you? 833-212-1017 is, can you say crazy anymore?
I don't know. Now you got me thinking. I be saying crazy all the time. Oh, man.
Oh, I think this first half hour is about money, right? When we come back after traffic and sports and weather, speaking of weather, like we're going to talk about that. We got the top 5 at 5, and it's I don't even want to think about the weather. Where was I? We're going to talk about money, and we're going to talk about, you ready? A suburb that you would not expect to have the increases and the things going on there like you have. Now, I'm not bashing the suburb, but you know, having been in Milwaukee for 31 years, I wouldn't have picked this suburb as, you know what? I think I want to move to. Right. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Sometimes it takes a breakdown to have a breakthrough. And at Vin Baker Recovery, they understand the power of having real support while you're on that journey to recovery. This is why at Vin Baker Recovery, they customize treatment plans specific for your needs. Vin Baker Recovery provides our community and anyone looking for help with access to mental health care and recovery support, helping you treat addiction. So whether opioid abuse, alcohol, or other controlled substances, Vin Baker Recovery helps you get back to the lifestyle that you know will be the best option for your future. Vin Baker Recovery offers licensed counseling and therapy services to curb the mental health problems that have been impacting our communities for far too long. They provide services like medication-assisted treatment, outpatient care, and hub and spoke services with peer support. So what are you waiting for? Vin Baker Recovery accepts walk-ins and appointments. It's just that easy. Just visit VinBakerRecovery.com. That's VinBakerRecovery.com. They're here to help you win the day.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Bango made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucks fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bango's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucks fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later. Exclusive Bucks holiday items and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Pfizer Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
It's still a rough ride out there right now. We've got a bunch of accidents to deal with. First of all, on 175 southbound, the 3 lanes are blocked at Wells, so only 1 lane is squeezing through tightly. And then we've also got on the other side of the wall, on the northbound side, we've got 2 accidents right in that neck of the woods that's blocking the left lane. So watch out for the big delays through there. We've also have a crash on southbound 43 on the ramp to get on to 794 eastbound. That is making for nasty delays from basically Hampton all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. We've also got a crash on the southbound Rock Freeway just past Highway 100. It's off on the right shoulder, luckily, but that's something to keep in mind. Very slow speeds no matter where you go, though, because those wet roads are now starting to freeze over with this temperature drop that we're getting. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast for tonight, clearing skies eventually, cold and windy, a low of 2 above with a wind chill of 5 below to 22 below. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, very cold, a high of 14 with a wind chill of 0 to 20 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
On 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Behind 37 points from Giannis, 28 from Damian Lillard, the Milwaukee Bucks are heading to Vegas after beating the Orlando Magic 114-109 in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup on Tuesday night.
And with 40 seconds left, Damian Lillard's got it coming across midcourt, keeping going to the basket. The seas parted and Lillard finger rolls it home.
The Bucks will now face the winner between Atlanta and New York on Saturday in the semifinals of the NBA Cup. Tip-off time for that has yet to be determined. Heading over to college hoops, where the 6-4 UWM Panthers are in Green Bay tonight to take on the Phoenix. Tip-off time is set for 6 p.m. And lastly, we'll stick with college hoops. The 20th ranked Wisconsin Badgers losing for the second consecutive time last night. This one on the road in Illinois by a final score of 86-80. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Okay, can't read that. I can read this. Truth Nation teamed up with Associated Bank for Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses. Visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com to sign up. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. 833-212-1017 is the number. So before the break, we were talking about money. Can I sing?
You got a little vocal, Dr. Ken.
Money. What suburb would you go, oh yeah, they have some good home price increases? Like what neighborhood would you think that wouldn't be a strain? So let's strike Brown Deer. Let's strike Mequon. Let's strike Oak Creek. Who would you think of when you went, oh yeah, Home prices went up 11%.
Brookfield, River Hills.
Let's try Milwaukee County.
Oh. I was going to say Brown Deer. You know I was going for Brown Deer.
I know you was going to Brown Deer. I went to Brown Deer High School. Yeah, I know somebody else went to Brown Deer High School. I know a lot of people went to Brown Deer High School. So what? Anyway. But what? Like when you think of a suburb, 11% is pretty, like.
That's a lot.
Yeah. You got a $100,000 house, that's $10,000. You got a $200,000 house, that's $20,000. If you got a $300,000 house, right? And on and on and on. What suburb would you choose? Not,
what is that?
Nothing North Shore, because North Shore is like in a world of its own. And Brown Deer is part of North Shore.
Is something like Economilwaukee? Is that?
No, that's too far out. I said Milwaukee County.
It's in Milwaukee County.
Yes, sir.
Milwaukee so not Wauwatosa.
Right.
Not Brookfield, not.
That's Waukesha County. That's Ozaki County.
Oh, yeah, Mequon, Ozaki.
You ready?
What is it?
Homes in this suburb sold for an average of $270,936 in the first 9 months of this year, according to Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. That's a sharp rise in prices year over year, up 11% since 2023. But it still makes blankety blank one of the more affordable destinations for Milwaukee area home buyers. The average home price in the larger metro area is far higher at $445,113. West Dallas.
I guess I wouldn't have guessed West Dallas, I'm not gonna lie.
Me either. 4-bedroom house, glass roof, sunroom. How much you think it sold for?
$300,000.
$381,000. Frank Lloyd Wright style ranch, one floor, right? Ranch house. Ranch, $480,000.
That's crazy.
French Colonial with a backyard pool in West Dallas, $617,500. What does that tell you about the economy and what's
Everything going up.
Everything's going up. And so when Milwaukee starts to get their property taxes, I guarantee you one of the things the city is going to do is rearrange the calculation so that what? So the mill rate goes up and we're going to end up paying significantly more in taxes. My house, I paid more for insurance than I did for taxes. And over time, taxes overtook it. Now, I'm scared. Now, I'm working at the point where I want to get rid of my mortgage so I can always be sure to keep my house and pay the taxes. Because it's just starting to get stupid. And so I think not next year, but the year after, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything extra. I am just going to be completely and totally, I'm done. And then start traveling. Hey, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon, but it's like 4 o'clock in the morning in the middle of Greece. You know, somewhere where I can do something like that. Because that's the only way you're really going to make it. That's the only way. So now, West Dallas's Orchard Hills neighborhood. This is last August 8th. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, in-ground swimming pool out back. You ready? In 1969, the last time it was sold, it sold for $325,000 in 2015. It was built in 69. In 2015, which is almost 10 years ago, 10, 9, 8, $325,000. They just sold it for $617,000. They literally almost doubled their money. I did it too. I kept a house for a long time and then I sold it and I got 3 times the amount that I paid for the house. It's obscene. But Real estate is one of those things, and that's another show we're working on for 2025. Real estate is one of those things that you use to build up your net worth. Is it hard? Sure. Do you have to make money so that you can pay your mortgage? Sure. There are rules you go by. But in the end, if you're diligent and if you just work, it's so hard to get younger people to understand that it doesn't matter how much money you make. Live off 90% of it and take 10% of it and save it. You won't appreciate it now, but when you're 60, 70, 80 years old, you're going to have so much money, you're not going to know what to do. On top of that, if you get a house, on top of that, if you get insurance, on top of that, if you just start a side business, right? Just a side gig, something. Get your hustle going. In 10, 15 years, you'll be straight. Oh, I can't do that because I don't have and I can't make. Well, then go get a part-time job. Just go get a part-time job. It's that simple. Pay off everything you owe and then be done. Like it just dawned on me. Okay. See, I know somebody that has a school loan, but they work for a school where their loan would be forgiven. But the problem is they haven't been working that long. So if they paid back the loan, they would literally pay back like 10 times what the loan is worth in order to get it like forgiven. So why bother? But that's the thing. Just pay it off. Go get a part-time job. Tell your money what to do. But I never would have thought about West Allis. Like of all the, and I'm not trying to bash West Allis. I know some people that are from West Allis. I know some people that live in West Allis, but West Allis? $617,500?
You shocked me when you said West Allis. That was not in my head at all.
And prices went up 11%. 11%. So that $617,000 house is now worth what? Well, let's try. If you really think about it, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. $617,500 times 11%. That's an additional $67,000, almost $68,000. So you tell me, all I'm saying is I never would have done it, and I never would have thought about it when I moved here. But when people ask me, hey, where you moving to? You know what my answer is? Dallas.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
Where does that blame and where does that frustration start to turn towards? And again, we feel like, or I do, a lot of the narratives that are out there, just even down to what black men want to do or who they marry once they are successful, a lot of them are lies that have been repeated over and over and over.
For a long time.
Yes.
Listen to Truth Be Told with Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place? You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different? What if instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee Class of 2025. Is your wish to win a laptop and a $1,000 scholarship? If so, Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Laptop and Scholarship Awards program is now accepting applications. Visit tmul.org and fill out the application today. The application deadline is Tuesday, January 14th at 4 p.m. So don't wait. Apply today at tmul.org. If you qualify, you can apply for both a laptop and a $1,000 scholarship. Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Laptop and Scholarship Award is amazing. So visit tmul.org today.
Do you need CPR or first aid certification? A&E CPR has got you covered. With over 15 years in the health and wellness industry, A&E CPR is a trusted American Red Cross training provider right here in Milwaukee. Whether it's CPR, first aid, or AED training, A&E CPR classes give you the skills and confidence you need to respond to life-threatening emergencies. They offer online courses and in-person classes. You can even receive your certification the same day you complete the class. So visit anecpr.com to get certified today. That's anecpr.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Just trying to see what I can read, what I can't read, because y'all won't get hollered at. You know how y'all treat people. Panther basketball is coming up at 5:30, so make sure you hang out and hang around. I'm looking at Fox 6 News, and I'm not happy. I am looking at Fox 6 News, and I am not happy. Why am I not happy? They said cold air arrives Wednesday into Thursday. What to expect? So, coldest air in 11 months will arrive in southeastern Wisconsin late Wednesday into early Thursday. The overnight low is expected to hit 2 degrees, and tomorrow's high is going to be 14 degrees, and the wind chill will be somewhere between 0 and 22 degrees below. So I don't know what y'all doing. I'm going home. I'm just saying, I'm going home. January 16th was the last time it was this cold. So the low temperature is -5. And by the way, I still got that gas issue in my chest.
You got to do the home remedy that Mike gave us.
And what was that? You forgot.
I'm about to get in contact with Mike. Mike going to have to break it down for me again.
So if you weren't listening, I have some issues with trapped gas in my chest, right? And sometimes it's okay, but I feel it moving. But what I don't want to do is like belch on the air. Be like, oh, excuse me. So I got to be careful. Got to talk all slow. Make sure I control my breathing. And clearly not move to West Allis because, yeah, houses. But it's supposed to get cold tonight. So one thing I can suggest you do, check on your neighbors. Check on your family members. Before the coldest air swings in, southeastern Wisconsin will have snow flurries, which we're having right now, possibly during the afternoon, which is right now. And visibility will decrease during the time of the snow showers, and be sure to allow yourself time to drive slow. Don't be like them knuckleheads that be driving when it's... You would think if you don't drive properly during the time of day when the road is dry, don't you think if it snowed or rained, you would be like, you know what, I should probably slow down. Nope, they don't. And then immediately following, wind speeds, wind gusts will pick up. And it's going to be like that all night. Strong blast of wind chill values and temperatures will drop below 0. And so they're talking wind chill probably around midnight will be down around -10, -20. Yeah. That's not good because it's going to be really cold. And we haven't checked on neighbors. We haven't checked on people we know. Some people are struggling and can't do it. So I don't know. It just, I never like this time of year when it's really cold or really hot because then we forget about our neighbors, we forget about family members, we forget about, and we tend to like take care of ourselves. Let me take care of me. So, we do that. And then we forget until we see the fire department next door or the ambulance next door and we go, oh, and then they think, I didn't check on so-and-so. And that's one thing we've gotten away from. We have become so divided that we don't even check on our family members. We don't check on our neighbors anymore. We don't even know who our neighbors are. Like, no idea. And living next door to your parents don't count. I'm just saying. That doesn't count. So as it gets cold tonight, call people you know. Call people that, let them know you got some issues going on and you just want to check on them and see how they're doing because it's about to get stupid. It really, really is.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. Hey, Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all 5K giveaway entry for today. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Be caller number... Man, you always pick 4 or 5. No, we're not doing that. Let's be caller number 7 at 833-212-1017. Be caller number 7, and you'll be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, the number is 833-212-1017. Be caller number 7 to be a qualifier. Remember, if you or your loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. All right, so we're going to wait on caller number 7 to come in. We're going to wait for it. And so, this cold air thing is real. And I'm not really, ready for it at all. I'm not ready for it. By the way, the guy that faked his death, the canoe guy, remember we talked about him, the kayak guy who fled the country? He's now in police custody. What happened? He actually came back home. Now, here's what I think, and I don't know. I'm just speculating because that's what we do. He probably got over there and found out that it wasn't real, that this woman was a bot. And this person was like, yeah, not real. And they probably went, hey, this ain't cool. It ended up, well, let me go home. Or found out it's some communist country that said, hey, you can stay here and renounce your citizenship and become a communist, or you got to go. Whatever it was, it went, let me go home. So what are you going to charge him with? Obstructing? He knew they were looking for him and he didn't answer? That's obstruct. That's about all you got. That's it. Like he didn't commit a crime. Well, we should send him the bill. If you send him the bill, you got to send everybody the bill. That's going to be a painstaking thing if you try to bill him for disappearing. Hey, I want to say congratulations to Travis. He is our one call, that's all Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Man. So when you hear me turn the microphone off, it's gas. Not like that. I'm talking about in my chest.
You got to clarify
your face was like,
I clarify.
Like, really, dude? Really? And I know you fibbing when you say, "Oh, I don't twist my hair or do anything to my hair. I don't braid it. It just grows out like that."
Yes. Well, no, I would do it like me, just playing around.
Like it just grows out. Like
it just grows. I've never went nowhere they got it twisted.
Yo, you a black man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Your hair does not grow out twisted. Your hair grows out like every other black man, and you sat there and twisted it until you had twisties. So
it's just you just chilling and you just playing in your hair, and then all of a sudden it's just happening.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Girls do that.
No, that's not it. I just got long hair.
I used to have hair like that. Longer, actually, but people are like, I want to see pictures. This is back when they had Polaroids. So if you didn't have a Polaroid, because you were poor, you had to wait for somebody else to take a picture because you didn't have no pictures. You had the pictures you got at yearbook, right? Those third grade, fourth grade pictures where the company came and never adjusted the aperture for black people, so every single black person, regardless of what skin tone they had, looked dark. That kind of picture. Like you would think you go into these big photography places, and I look at people and I go, they take a picture, you come back and you look at the family picture and you go, you need to add more light. Oh no, that's the light we usually use for white people. We're black. Our skin literally absorbs the light. You need to add more light. Well, no, we can't do that. Okay, well then we're not taking the pictures, we're leaving. Goodbye. And I want my deposit back. Guess what they did? Okay, you can leave. All right, bye. Wait. Well, wait a minute. You said I could leave, and now you, wait. No. They added more light, and now we have normal pictures. Instead of, I'm 3-4 shades darker because, and not that that's a bad thing, but the fact that it's inaccurate. So darker skinned people, you just like, you don't even care.
You don't even see them.
Man, that's that. Well, see, I didn't say all that, dude. Why you gotta say? Why you gotta throw people on the bus?
If it's darker, they already
gotta throw people on the bus like that, man. Why you gotta throw people on the bus like that? Anyway, but I get it. And so you gotta be an advocate for yourself. You gotta speak up and say, hey, this is how it needs to be. This is what I'm paying for. If you don't do that, I'm not paying for it. And that's it. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'll check the text line. I'll check the chat line right after this.
On Wednesday night, we have a clash of Horizon League rivals as the Milwaukee Panthers travel to Green Bay to take on their conference rival, the UW Green Bay Phoenix.
Lob it up, and Darius Duffy with a dunk. An alley-oop will bring the crowd to their feet. Panthers push. Stillwell a leaner. Stillwell counted and one. Jermichael Stillwell.
Scott Warris has the coverage Wednesday starting at 5:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the reason to get started.
Day 1.
diagnosis day, the hardest day, the day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Nobody believes me when I said it was West Dallas, 11% year over year. Their property tax, their property values went up. Their property values went up 11%. And a house sold for $617,500. No, it didn't. Oh, okay. 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 Nobody believes me. Why doesn't anybody believe me? Because it's West Dallas. Like somebody just told me, man, their schools ain't good enough. What? They got some decent West Dallas, West Milwaukee school district. Pretty decent school district. So I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about. What? Trying to get the thing in there? Wow. Every time. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this.
Number 5.
CBS 58, one dead after an officer-involved shooting. Department of Justice is investigating. Where? Oshkosh. Wisconsin Department of Justice is investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting in Oshkosh. Happened around 10th in Iowa at 11:10 last night, December 11th. City of Oshkosh officers received a call for a stabbing. According to authorities, upon arrival, officers located a stabbing victim. Officers entered the residence and encountered the subject with a weapon. Police say the subject was told to drop the weapon but would not comply. One officer discharged their weapon and struck the subject. While officers performed life-saving measures, a second stabbing victim was located. Both stabbing victims and the suspect were transported to a local hospital, but the subject was pronounced dead. Officers are on administrative leave per policy. The Department of Justice says the officers were wearing body cameras during the incident. Division of Criminal Investigation of the Department of Justice is investigating the incident. The DOJ says all law enforcement are fully cooperating with the investigation.
Number 4.
Well, we knew it was coming from WISN12.com. We knew it was coming. We knew that, well, you know, it's not our fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Somebody said take a tablespoon of baking soda for my hiccups. Okay. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate it. It's never their fault. Well, weeks away from 2025, and there's still no timeline on when school resource officers will be placed in Milwaukee Public Schools. State law requires at least 25 SROs be reinstated across the district. Last night, the school district hosted a community conversation on safety and MPS. Parents, guardians, school leaders crowded around several tables at the headquarters on 52nd and Valete in Milwaukee to brainstorm. Let's brainstorm about ideas. Now we're doing it about how to make schools safe. SROs were not the entire focus, but they were certainly part of the conversation. Kristen Pierce asked Henry Leonard, 7th District School Board Director, when students, parents, and staff should expect SROs in the building. He replied, I have no answers for that yet. I'm guessing that is still a money issue. I'm not sure who's doing what. MPS doesn't have enough staff to really put people in our buildings and have them sitting there. So I don't even think that's feasible. But the problem is it's against the law. As MPS does not employ, hire, or train City of Milwaukee police officers, the district is waiting for the city to provide resources for the program. The district recently reached out to the Milwaukee Police Department to initiate the process to select officers, but this request was denied. MPS has taken Act 12 very seriously from the beginning, engaging with city partners to build a sustainable SRO program. What do you mean city partners? It's just one. A memorandum of understanding that facilitates implementation of an SRO program was agreed upon by all stakeholders in September. Since that time, the city attorney's office has requested changes that MPS agreed to. The district is now waiting for the city attorney's office to return the updated MOU. Even with minor adjustments, MPS remains ready to begin the program once officers are selected and trained. Now, here's the kicker. It's not going to take a lot to train these officers. Command staff has visited all these other places. It's not like we haven't done school resource officer before. It's not like we're coming from, something that, but one of the issues with law enforcement is that we lose a lot of brain power and intellect in law enforcement. Let me correct myself. They lose a lot of brain power and intellect in law enforcement. Reason being is to replace somebody, they'll rarely replace you before that person leaves and then have you go in and get all of their, experience and all that. They just replace body for body. They leave Friday, you come Monday. Like, really? And what happens is you lose all that knowledge, that institutional knowledge, that institutional intellect is gone. And so we may not have enough people at the Milwaukee Police Department that actually understand and know how school resource officer works because what? Because the people that ran it are gone. Many of the people that worked in it are gone and transferred to other places. And if you ask me, hey, That's a problem.
Number 3.
So I talked about this earlier from WISN 12. Willie Hines will receive $11,000 monthly starting next year, and I don't understand why people have a problem with that. I don't. It's a pension, and if you can get that as a pension, hey, God bless you. But people are upset. They're mad. Like, I understand you getting mad that things weren't taken care of, and there were some issues and some things that they didn't have the money to do, and they said they were going to do, and they didn't do all that stuff, right? He's gone. Now you're complaining that he has a pension. You're complaining that it just doesn't make any sense. You complain about somebody making $252,000 a year. You complain about somebody making $100 million, $50 million in a day. Like, what's good enough? Do you want to turn America into a collective? You want to turn America into a communist country or a socialist country? Like, what is it? What is it? You just want everybody to give you everything they have so that y'all can, like, I actually knew somebody who said, if you make a certain amount of money, you should find somebody to give half of it to who doesn't have it. Like, you're out of your mind. Absolutely not. Will I help? Yes. Will I give to nonprofit organizations that help people feed them and clothe them and all that? Find jobs? Absolutely. But give you half? I don't know if that's going to happen.
Number 2.
This also from WISN.com. Speaking of giving people half, well, I think this guy's going to take half. Governor Tony Evers and his administration held a state budget listening session last night in Milwaukee ahead of what is expected to be, let me rephrase it, it'll be a barn-burning fight in Madison. Topics range from the economy, safe communities, the environment, and education, which drew the largest interest. We need leaders to lead or get out of the way, says Nick Honorato, a Milwaukee public school teacher. At the end of the night, a group of MPS teachers held a sign saying, Evers, act like a teacher, fight for our students. To give you more money than you already get so that you can not teach them better, like what we doing? Evers said, yes, absolutely, in response to the sign. We'll do as much as we humanly can. I'm the governor. We work with the legislature. That was his excuse for when you don't get it. Right? He gonna blame the legislature. So here's the kicker. Evers said during an interview on Upfront one Sunday evening that he may not include the Department of Public Instruction's full $4 billion request. Why would you give them $4 billion and you got $4 billion left over? They're asking for all the money. Idiotic. Are they idiotic or what? Well, we haven't done it yet, but that's a big number. I will say that. That doesn't make any sense. He's actually talking like he would consider giving them the money. Like, are you a knucklehead or what? I'm sorry. It's the governor. I think it's unlikely we're going to give Superintendent Underly's request, this massive request for education spending. Yeah, she's an idiot. Underly's an idiot, and she's the one that I interviewed and made her speeches when she talked about we need to get rid of choice and get rid of charter, but she had enough money that when the schools were bad, she sent her kids to a private Catholic school. So if you can do that, why can't we do that? And if money is good enough to be used for a Catholic college like a Marquette or a Lutheran like Concordia, why can't we use money in elementary school? So we could do school choice for college, but not school choice for high school and elementary school. Makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. We'll pay full. We'll pay for them to go to college, full, but we won't pay for elementary kids to go to school. Man, come on. What are we doing?
Number 1.
This from news1.com. Almost 40 years, listen to this, after a Georgia man was charged with murdering a couple at a black church in 1985, he's in custody. According to WJBF, Eric Spar, 61, was arrested and charged with felony murder an aggravated assault for the murder of Harold and Thelma Swain nearly 4 decades after committing the crime. He was arrested in Waynesville, about 90 miles southwest of Savannah, Georgia. And according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Eric Spar had previously denied murdering the Swains. A new investigation into the Swains' death began after the original suspect, Dennis Perry, was exonerated on DNA evidence. In 2003, Perry was sentenced to life in prison after the jury convicted him of murdering the Swains. Perry spent 2 decades in prison for a crime he didn't commit before he was ordered a retrial in 2020. According to WJBF, attorneys for the Georgia Innocence Project, thank God for them, tested DNA from hair and hairs found in the hinge of a pair of glasses left next to the victim's body, which Max Sperry, who was an early suspect. An investigation by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the newspaper there, found that Sperry's original alibi that he was working at a grocery store during the time of the killings was false. But you know what the police did, right? Okay. The publication also reported that Sperry's ex-wife, Emily Head, told police Sperry confessed to the murder in a phone message that was allegedly recorded, and noted that jurors in Perry's conviction were never told a key witness, got this, get it, was paid $12,000 before testifying. So since Dennis Perry was released from prison, he spent all of his time reconnecting with friends and family. He says he never gave up hope when he was behind bars. It took a long time, but I never gave up hope, Perry told the Georgia Innocence Project in 2021. This indictment has been hanging over my head for 20 years. And it's such a relief to finally not have to worry about being accused of this awful thing. So my question is, well, I guess that answered it. Georgia is one of 14 states that does not currently have a statutory compensation law to provide financial relief for people who lost years for wrongful conviction. When y'all gonna change that? Without one, exonerees like Dennis are left on their own with nothing after 20 years with virtually no support from the state to rebuild their lives. What I would suggest he does, sue every single person in the chain. Everybody. The police chief, the everybody. The prosecution, the judge, everybody. Because that is a travesty. But we should not have laws like that in a state that says you can't sue. You could limit it. You might limit it. You know, you might say $500,000 or $1 million or $250,000 like Wisconsin has. But to tell people they can't after the state messed up, absolutely not. But, hey, what can I say? You ready? It's Georgia.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, we have big news. Mark your calendars for Friday, February 28th, as we will be hosting our first annual Truth Community Awards, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. This can't-miss event will honor the excellence in our community and recognize the quiet warriors creating extraordinary impacts. Tickets go on sale soon, and you won't want to miss this night of inspiration and celebration. See you Friday, February 28th at the Truth Community Awards, presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel.
Sometimes it takes a breakdown to have a breakthrough. And at Vin Baker Recovery, they understand the power of having real support while you're on that journey to recovery. This is why at Vin Baker Recovery, they customize treatment plans specific for your needs. Vin Baker Recovery provides our community and anyone looking for help with access to mental health care and recovery support, helping you treat addiction. So whether opioid abuse, alcohol, or other controlled substances, Vin Baker Recovery helps you get back to the lifestyle that you know will be the best option for your future. Vin Baker Recovery offers licensed counseling and therapy services to curb the mental health problems that have been impacting our communities for far too long. They provide services like medication-assisted treatment, outpatient care, and hub and spoke services with peer support. So what are you waiting for? Vin Becker Recovery accepts walk-ins and appointments. It's just that easy. Just visit VinBeckerRecovery.com. That's VinBeckerRecovery.com. They're here to help you win the day.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What are you shaking your head for? What you talking to Zach for?
Because me and Zach, we some savants at it, so.
Idiot savant?
Savants.
833-212-1017 is number. We were talking about wrestling. So they were watching wrestling on the Somebody said, let me go back because I said I was going to go to the talking text line and I'm running out of time and I got to. Dr. Ken, people are haters until it's them making a lot of money. Shaking my head. That's true. Dr. Ken, isn't Willie Hines' pension paid by the taxpayers? Yes. Just because it's paid by the taxpayers doesn't mean he doesn't deserve it because he worked. It's not like they're just giving him money. He actually worked for 30 some odd years. So it's not like just because I got paid by taxpayers and my pension comes from taxpayers doesn't mean you get to tell me what to do with my money or where I should go and what I should do. That's not how it works. When you work in the public sector, you can get twice the amount of money in salary that he had to get the money that you get. So don't get all, I get it, but come on. You all act like because your salary comes from the public, you get to do whatever you want to do. And that's garbage. Anyway, did y'all throw her bag away? Did y'all throw her backpack away? Y'all should have threw it away. See, y'all shouldn't have let her get her back. See, y'all should have threw it away. Y'all should have threw it away. All right, so let's get this wrestling thing. We got about minute or two with this wrestling thing. Why y'all watch wrestling? What is it? What is it about wrestling? Because it's become entertainment now.
Yeah, I'm glad, Dr. Ken. I'm glad you asked me that question because I want to enlighten.
Don't be talking like Ben. Stop talking like Ben and just answer the question.
I'm glad. Wrestling is not about two people in the ring.
I know it's about the story around it.
It's all about the drama.
The drama.
The story.
It's fake.
Dr. Ken, this is perfect. You will never watch a movie. You will never watch an action movie and say, "Oh no, I'm not watching this. It's fake."
I know it's fake though.
That's what.
But it looks real. Wrestling don't look real. It looks fake.
Oh, so I get what you say. It's supposed, but you got to suspend your disbelief.
And I react. Oh, like stop.
You have to
Dude.
suspend your disbelief.
There's no belief to suspend.
Hey, you have to, like, you can't.
It's garbage.
It's not.
It's like roller derby, dude.
It's art.
Oh, I'm done now.
It's art.
I'm done
You
now.
have creative writers. You got to make the match. You got to perform the moves excellently. So the whole point of wrestling is so you won't get injured.
No.
You got to go in there, perform these moves so you don't injure your opponent. That's beautiful. It's not like boxing, barbaric, just barbaric.
I'm so disappointed.
UFC, barbaric.
And here I thought you were just this upstanding young man who graduated with his, bachelor's in journalism from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and worked in, the Breaking News Center, at 620 WTMJ, our sister station, and did all these things. And then you mentioned two things. Now, aliens, you can't really argue because they released it in the federal government and said, yeah, we have, anomalous things flying around, and we got people from other planets, and we got bodies and people. We didn't want to release it, but now it's released. Okay. But wrestling, I'd rather believe in aliens.
I got to take you to a WWE.
You don't have to
event.
take me. I've seen TV. I've been to a wrestling match before, way back in the day. So I get it. I've been to I like roller derby. I grew up on roller derby. Yep. I grew up on roller derby. I'm serious. I grew up on roller derby.
I guess. I mean, I used to skate around.
That's not roller derby.
Wait, what? That's not?
No.
Then what do they do? What is roller derby?
They just don't skate around. It's a game. You score points and all that stuff. You've never seen roller derby, have you?
I've seen a movie with it in it, but I've never seen it legit.
Kansas City Bomber. That was out when I was a kid. Let me find some roller derby movies. I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe we can take the crowd to a roller derby. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Basketball is coming up. We got UWM Panthers versus the Green Bay. I know it was Green Bay. I was trying to figure out what their mascot was. But anyway, they'll be playing them 5:30. You got Scott Warriors coming up. And then you'll get all the other stuff that's coming after it, like the game tip-off at 6 o'clock. Don't leave. Stay right here. Keep it like that. And hey, God bless. Take care. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, brother. I'm out.